Okay, let's get started on today's reading, Aquarius. How are my beautiful lights doing today? First card up, we have the Queen of Swords. I see my cards are starting to get a little beat up here. Maybe time for a new deck. Okay, so Queen of Swords next to the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like you're really working hard right now, Aquarius. Some of you are working a secondary job. Some of you are putting in more hours in your careers and just really putting the pedal to the metal, trying to stay afloat. I'm also seeing that a lot of you are speaking your minds now. So basically coming into your authentic selves. And I am seeing a lot of connection, family connection, it looks like. So there's a lot of you are getting together with families and figuring out ways to contribute to make things easier economically, it looks like. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles popping in with the Emperor. All right, so this Ten of Pentacles is wishes and dreams culminating. Things are starting to come in for you. You're starting to see all the changes we've been talking about. They're finally arriving for you. Okay, and a lot of you are old souls, by the way. So that's the Emperor next to the Ten of Pentacles. Some things are keeping you really stuck. There are some areas of your lives right now that you're trying to improve, that you're working on, that might be giving you a feeling like you're not getting ahead. But and these are generally things that you've been working on for a while or wanting for a while, I want to say. I do see that Ten of Pentacles is the card of happiness, and it's all of the things that you've been working on and wanting to come to fruition actually finally coming in. So with this Ten of Cups, we have your wants coming to fruition. Okay, so lots of joy and happiness coming your way in the very near future. Thus, we're seeing this Devil card here next to well, let's go over here and first look at this break here. So this is a break, or this is also a time that is needed for you, Aquarius. This is time down that you need just for your mental, like a mental refresher you're needing right now. You're at your rope's end, some of you, with your finances. Other things seem to be going okay, but when it comes to the finances, not only are you feeling a sort of defensive, like, you know, what the hell, I'm working my ass off, I get the check in my hand, and you know, it's gone. It's gone before I even get the check in my hand for some of you, right? So you feel like you're working against this, all right? This is getting in the way. It's holding you back. It's all about the finances, and I get this, guys. I'm going through the same thing, okay? So we're all kind of in the same boat, waiting on these beautiful gifts to be bestowed upon us. All right, but moving forward, and this is a good time for me to let you guys know, if you're looking forward toward getting a reading, I do readings, I do phone readings, I do, you know, several different types of readings, different prices. You can click on the description to see what my offerings are and email me if interested. All right, what I'm seeing here, guys, is your clarity. You're getting clarity, like very clear clarity over here in a very strong kind of a way. A lot of you are, I don't know why, but a lot of you are going down memory lane the last couple of days, thinking about relationships of the past. And I don't know if that's something I prompted by, you know, something that was said in the reading yesterday, the day before. Sorry, I needed a drink. Okay, so, but at any rate, I do see that there is, you know, some kind of upset regarding relationships And you have the card of clarity. You're getting this very strong clarity. All right. So what I just got, guys, it struck me like a lightning bolt. All right. I'm feeling somebody's pain out there. Somebody is just coming to this. You had this epiphany, and this has you so upset. Okay. You're getting this clarity. And the funny thing is that this card of upset, maybe sleepless nights even, is over the devil card, okay, which is usually generally someone or something that's very toxic. All right, but here you have this upset and the card of clarity. So I feel like someone just had this epiphany, okay, that your relationship it needs to end for whatever reason, okay. It's, you know, this epiphany that you received. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. You've already made up your mind. You're just starting to go through the emotional aspect of, you know, how you're going to tell your partner, and, you know, how long you've been together, and how much, you know, how many things you've done together. So a lot of sadness and walking down memory lane with this layout, I feel like. All right. So, but you've gotten this very, very strong clarity in regards to this relationship. So, and again, you know, the epiphany is just like, it just hits you all at once, and you just know, it's a knowing. It's a knowing that I can't go any further in this relationship. This person is not for me. It's not bringing any. It's not going anywhere, and I'm just wasting time for myself and my person. So that's kind of the feel that I get here with this layout. Just like all of a sudden, you got this crystal clear clarity. It came in so clear, like, wow, this is the end of something, you know, that I never dreamt was going to end. And now I'm seeing the Lover's card dead center in this layout, guys. So I'm seeing this is about love. Make no mistake. I'm seeing balance coming in. All right. There is something here also about some type of emotion somebody's getting ready to bring into you, some type of joy, some type of happiness, something you've been doing without for a while. And I'm seeing the sun next to this person. The sun is going to be, or I should say this person is going to be like a sunbeam, a beam of light to you, that you, some type of happiness that you haven't felt in the longest time. And you have the King of Pentacles on the opposite end of the sun, which I feel is going to be very like a feeling of security like never before for you. So this person is going to come in, you're going to fall deeply in love, and this person is going to be your person, like very secure. You'll feel with this person, very comfortable, very at ease, and just you're going to meld into one very quickly. Just make sure that this is the person I'm speaking of, and you know how to do that is by taking your time. Okay, when you meet someone new, don't just jump in. All right, I am seeing a lot of celebration, some type of, guys, we've been getting this for the longest time, and I don't think it's happened yet. All right, so there's no time frame on this. And I'll be honest, I don't get a lot of timing type cards. I don't, you know, specialize in that. I don't get feelings of time. But what I am getting here is this is some kind of communication or some kind of huge announcement. It's going to be big, whatever it is, because it's going to have people celebrating. It's going to have some kind of celebratory, and it's going to bring in balance. Look at that. This celebratory card is on top of the card of balance. Also, this Five of Swords, you're going to be really focused on this. Whatever it is, it's going to be so big and so tremendous. Okay, and it's moving through the pipeline now. I feel like this is a speech that's all ready to go. It's already done, and it's on paper. Okay, it just has to be delivered. So This might be something coming, something big coming from the administration that is going to affect us all, or you know, something really big, maybe not the administration, maybe, but something other than that, that's going to be very powerful, that's going to change in some manner, something that has made you feel very something that you've been carrying on your shoulders, like just you know, a burden, something that's been burdening you for a long time. This announcement or this information is going to take this burden, it's going to lift the burden. Okay, so you can expect huge burdens to be lifted off of you, Aquarius. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Huge burdens to be lifted off of you with some kind of huge announcement or some kind of big information that you will be receiving. Okay, and this is going to really, upside down, this is going to really affect you in positive ways. And it's going to be a shock. It's going to be a total surprise, something that you never thought you would be hearing. Okay. Also with the King of Cups next to the King of Wands. All right, so this is basically, you know, what I'm getting from this layout is this beautiful masculine energy. Just like masculine energy, that's very protective, that's very giving and loving. All right, and it has to do with, yeah. So something, this is connected to the announcement or the information. It's going to come from a masculine, I believe. It's going to come from somebody very powerful behind the scenes, someone in charge. This could be a boss, by the way, or it could be, like I said, the administration, somebody who has power to make powerful decisions or power over others, some type of leadership type of you know, scenario. And but whatever that information is going to be, it's going to provide you with a feeling of freedom, and your emotions are tied in with this. It's going to be a very emotional, happy time, a joyous time. And, you know, don't forget that you will be celebrating this. So again, it's something big, guys. All right, so some type of celebration coming in through some type of information. And this is absolutely going to be a huge change for the better. Okay, something beautiful coming in that is going to afford you a different path, actually, a whole different path. You'll still be able to choose between one path or another path. You will have multiple paths to choose. And again, you know, what's standing out in my mind is that feeling of freedom that we just discussed. Now, you are the empath, so the Queen of Cups, that this is representative of my Aquariuses, okay? The Queen of Cups. It's okay if you're a masculine. This isn't about femininity or masculinity. It's about my Aquariuses and their empathic abilities, okay? They're being very empathetic, loving, giving people. And I do see that there is some type of, there's going to be a lot of thought being put into some things after this announcement. I feel there's going to be a lot of decision making going on as far as what people are going to do regarding this announcement. Spirit, give us more on this, because this is leading up to something, and I'd like to know what, if possible. Yeah, they're not willing to tell us. All right, so this is what is being hidden behind the scenes right now. This is what we are not aware of. Things behind the scenes, the unknown. But they're saying that the unknown, I always tell you guys that these two cards in my readings are connected, right? So the unknowns are going to have something to do with money. This has something to do with money, and it also has to do with wealth, prosperity, a new financial beginning, for you, for us, okay? A new financial beginning for, well, they're saying something positive for Aquarius. They want me to keep it specific to you right now, all right? Because this is the star. This is who you are. You are the star, okay? This is representative of Aquarius. I also see with this Five of Pentacles, they're saying they see you. They see you, Aquarius, that you have been doing without and or doing with very little and having to spread that out, and it's been a struggle. Okay, so I feel like they're talking about again, finances that have led into other, you know, it's bled into other things in your life. It's made your life really hard. It's not just about paying the electric and the gas bill and, you know, having to maybe choose what type of foods you can buy or how much you can buy. All right, they're saying, they want me to tell you they see you. They see who you are and how you've been living and your strife and what you've been doing. All right, and they want you to know that you are loved beyond anything imaginable, and they see you as just how you, the things that you've done, how powerful you've been, that you've gone through all these things, and you are going to be gifted in a way that is going to be just beautiful. Okay, they are getting ready to gift you. All right, let's continue. Eight of Cups, moving toward, okay, so I'm seeing that you guys are humanitarians, okay? You're innovators, you're very creative, and I do see you all manifesting this Six of Pentacles, which is wealth and prosperity, guys. This is money flowing in your life, money coming in, flowing back out, okay? You are going to be doing humanitarian projects. You're going to be receiving funding at some point, okay? I don't have a timeline, but, and I know we're all tired of not seeing this. It's fun to hear about it, but it's going to be really meaningful when we can see it and touch it and use it and start to make other people's lives better with it, such as our family members, giving them a boost, or, you know, helping out our communities. All right, Spirit is saying, this is interesting. So they just gave me this thought, but I, you know, honestly, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'll have to think about this, but what they're saying is they want us, all of us, to do some type of same time gathering where we do like a manifestation together, because together there are thousands of us on the channel, and if only 100 people get together and they send out a prayer or a manifestation, which is, to me, it's the same, all right, and using our intuition, all right, that we can manifest together. 100 people can make anything happen, okay? Can affect the entire world. So because we have thousands of people, the suggestion from Spirit is that we get together. I've never done a live before, so I'm really nervous about it, and that's why I'm hesitant, you know, but they're putting this out there. They kind of want us to do this, and yeah, like I said, I don't even know how to do a live, so I'm gonna have to give this some thought. I don't know, maybe somebody that knows how to do a live can send me an email and, you know, kind of explain it to me a little bit. I can probably look it up. But anyway, let's move on. All right, I'm seeing something's going to come out of this, they're saying, okay, that we can bring in this wealth. If we can manifest this in, if we come together as a big enough group, 100 or more, and we can bring this wealth in, they're saying, okay, globally. All right, we can actually have some kind of, create some kind of momentum to bring in that wealth. All right, so let's move on. I'm seeing somebody wants to start over here because you're going through this Tower moment with this masculine, all right, who decided to take this opportunity on with this other feminine here. All right. And I'm sorry for you. I'm sending you love and light. This is, I'm sure your heart is breaking. All right. So, well, you know, these things are happening, and a lot of them are happening, guys, because of what we call the separation. You've grown apart, or you've grown away from each other, in a sense where, you know, one of you or both of you have been working on yourselves, and you're, you know, even the energies coming off the sun have helped you. You know, your energy is off the charts. Your vibration, in other words, your frequency has become very high. So maybe your frequency is mismatched right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's vibrating super low and somebody's vibrating super high, but on top of changing anyway, like people change, right? What is it? Every few years we go through massive changes. We grow, you know, maturity wise, we grow professionally, we grow emotionally, and sometimes because of this, we grow apart. So our frequencies might not be really, we might be on different levels. If it's not that bad, and there's nothing huge coming between you, then you can work through it, I'm sure. But this kind of thing here looks to be like the frequencies are just really mismatched. You're going in the opposite directions right now. I do see a new start is going to be what you need, whoever this is out there that I'm talking to right now, that this is resonating with. This is basically something that you're not meant to stay in. This is making room for what's next, okay? So just know that there's something bigger and better for you coming out there somewhere for you, getting ready to come in, and you're just making room for what is meant to be. All right, so we kind of have to get to a place, guys, where we just have to start, what's the word? We want to trust source, okay? We want to trust source and what the plans are for us. A lot of these situations we're going through were not ever meant to be forever. They're meant to be lessons and teachings, right? And we just need to pull that lesson or teaching out of the scenario. Even after it's over and it ends, it's important to pull out the lesson or the teaching so that we don't repeat the mistake. That's what it's all about. Okay, I'm seeing balance coming in. Something spiritual is bringing in balance for my Aquariuses, bringing in happiness and the things you've always wanted, but these things have been elusive up until now. All right, the cards were stacked against you. I'm getting, Aquarius. The cards were stacked against you up until now. So what you just went through for most of your life or all of your life was a bunch of lessons and teachings that were just chosen by you before you reincarnated, but also these were meant to happen. They were meant to be to teach you, or for you to teach others, okay? So this is now in the past. This is something you really don't have to focus on anymore, okay? Does it mean life is going to be perfect for you now? Absolutely not. It just means you're going to be dealing with it differently. The things that used to bother you, Aquarius, are no longer an issue, okay? Most things are no longer an issue, all right? Because you're just so beyond it. You're so over it now. You've learned your lessons well. You've taught lessons well, all right? So instead of moving toward stuckness, you're moving toward victories. You're looking at the positive side of things. You have a choice on what you decide to hold on to. You can hold on to what is coming in the future. You can start, you know, like I said before, start focusing on this, that this is what's to come. Start saying it as if it's already arrived. Thank you. Thank Source for giving you this wealth and prosperity, for gifting you all of this abundance, okay? The other side of it is you can move toward looking at your stuckness, all the things that are creating stuckness in your life. This is the complete opposite of this, Okay? Your choice is going to be, you know, where you win or lose. All right? I'm going to end on this note, guys. I hope that that resonated, that last thing I said to you. All right? It's very important. Your feelings and your emotions really do create your future. You know, keep manifesting, keep envisioning the things that you want, whatever or whoever it is. You can bring that in through visualization and your emotions. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your day.